guys, welcome back to Wigs with Steph. I'm Steph, and today we're going to be discussing the 5 things you never want to say to someone with hair loss because it's going to cut them to the core, it's going to hurt them, and a lot of times we'll just shrug it off and not even let you know how it makes us feel. So by the end of this video, it is my hope that you will better understand what it is we're going through with hair loss and to become that supportive person that people with hair loss can lean on and feel comfort with. The first one is try this and your hair will come back. I can't tell you how many times I have heard this. I was recently at the dentist. I hope they're not going to see this, but I was getting my teeth cleaned and she is the nicest lady and I know she meant well. But somehow we got talking and I ended up telling her that I have hair loss. Well, it was kind of obvious because that was the day I actually chose not to wear a wig because she was going to be like right up in there cleaning my teeth. And typically like when I have worn a wig at a dentist office in the past, spray will end up going on my wig and it just annoys me. Like I didn't want that to happen. So I was trying to act brave that day and went in without a wig on. Currently, like right now, I'm in the phase where my hair loss isn't at its worst. My hair doesn't look, amazing. It doesn't look like this. Let's just put it that way. So we were talking about hair and I mentioned that I have hair loss. Not only did she say, I see that, which is another no-no, but that's more of a common sense no-no, I would think. So not only did she say that, but then she said, oh, well, have you tried this? And I was like, yes. She's like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried this new thing? Like, or this is a traditional medicine thing. Try this. It's like, I have been struggling with hair loss for over a decade, been wearing wigs for that long, been using alternative hair solutions for longer. Don't you think I would have tried these things already? Because I have. Okay, here's the thing and what I know. This comment usually does not come at a place of someone's trying to pick at you or tease you or put you down. They're not even trying to make you feel bad. They are trying to help. It's coming from a good place. But the thing is, when you're asking someone with hair loss, have you tried this? Have you tried that? You're basically insinuating that they are the cause of their own hair loss. It makes it seem like their hair loss is the result of them not trying hard enough, not finding the right magical solution. When in reality, many forms of hair loss is either genetic, it's medical, or it's completely out of someone's control. And believe me, they have tried everything that they can think of or heard of back when their hair loss first started to try and get it under control and get their hair to come back, because losing your hair hurts. It's emotional pain. It's almost physical pain. And people who don't struggle with hair loss don't usually understand this part. And by saying, try this and your hair will come back, it's like they're being blamed for their own condition. And because there's that lack of understanding between those who've experienced hair loss and those who are just looking at the person with hair loss who doesn't have it themselves, I've heard this before too, which brings me to my next one. It's just hair. Please don't ever say that. Hair is such a deeply personal thing. It's tied to identity. It's tied to who you are. It's how you express yourself. It's literally a part of you. You've grown it. It's like your arm. People are going to think, oh, you're being dramatic, Steph. I'm not being dramatic. When you go through hair loss, sometimes, and for a lot of people, it almost feels like you've lost your arm. Because now you have to navigate the world without having a large part of yourself. When you see someone for the first time, what is the first thing you notice? Usually it's their face and their hair. That's why when somebody wears their hair down for a lot of their life, and then one day they see the same person and their hair is suddenly up in a slick back ponytail, that person notices immediately. It's not like it's ever overlooked because hair surrounds our face. Our face is the first to be looked at. People notice hair whether they realize it or not. And so when suddenly you don't have it anymore or it's not what it used to be, it's devastating. It really is. And people with hair loss go through great lengths to try and figure out why, to try to combat it, to try to fight whatever it is, to try to get it back. Not only for the physicality aspect, you could call us vain, but it's not vain. It is a part of us. We grew it. It's literally like having an arm and then suddenly not having an arm. When it's gone, it's like a part of you has literally been ripped out from under you and you had no say in it. That's the worst, is you didn't have a say in it. It's different from those who've decided to shave their hair, decided to do it for work. And by work, I mean, like, don't people in the military shave their hair? I don't know. I'm not sure. But sometimes people do choose to like shave their head, not have hair, and they're comfortable like that. They like the way they look like that. But if that was not your decision and your hair literally was just taken from you, it just fell out, it was out of your control, that is when it's devastating. So saying at least it's just hair, it could be worse, this minimizes the emotional impact of losing hair in the first place. Oh my gosh, my face is so shiny. Why is it so shiny? I just got a facial done from my sister. She's an esthetician, and we did like this really hydrating glowy thing, so I'm gonna assume it's from that. But I'm not even wearing makeup, guys, and I think she did a really good job. Like, she is really good. I'm so glad she lives in the same city as me now, because now I can go and see her and she knows like everything skin. So anyways, just bear with my shiny face. I'm just gonna be a shiny faced human today. So just saying it's just hair, don't worry about it. It could be worse. It not only affects that person's self-confidence, self-image, but it also affects their mental health. And the person with hair loss, sure, we know this, like sticks and stones can break your bones, but words cannot hurt you. Actually, words can hurt you. And it's very challenging to let things like that roll off your spine. What's the saying? It's hard to let things like that just roll off your back a lot of the time when it's coming from those you trust and those you love. It really hurts when they're like, oh, it's just hair. Why do you care so much? It's just hair. Well, I care so much because it feels like my arm has been ripped off my body. May sound dramatic, but like, you try going through hair loss and see how you feel. We never say that, but sometimes it crosses my mind when somebody says that to me. Put it in the comment section if you've ever heard that before, or any of these that we're talking about. And also put in the comments section if you've heard a different one that just like rocked you to your core. This next one might not be so common sense. And I've actually heard this a lot directed at me, where I've decided to disclose to someone that I have hair loss and this is a wig. And then they say to me, yeah, I get it. My hair sucks too. It basically, like, to the person with hair loss, it minimizes the struggle that they go through. And it makes it seem like losing their hair is just a minor inconvenience and not something deeply emotional. And here's another one I always hear. Your hair looks fine, just wear it the way it is. This one can be incredibly frustrating because it fails to recognize that hair loss can come and go in stages. Even if your hair loss looks better at times, it's not the same as it used to be. Maybe your hair used to be really, really thick. Like maybe it used to look like this wig I'm wearing on my head right now. In my case, after having 2 kids, maybe because I had like all those growth hormones in my body, maybe that's why my hair came back a little nicer, a little thicker. The hair loss isn't as bad right now than it has been. It doesn't mean hair loss is now gone from my life. My hair is still not what it used to be. It may be better than like 3 years ago, but it's definitely not at its best. So when people say this, I like your hair the way it is, you don't need to wear wigs, just wear your own hair, that's invalidating my choice to wear wigs. Once people start wearing wigs, it becomes a part of who they are, a part of them, and they usually grow to love wigs. Like, what's not to love? They look gorgeous, they're easy to wear once you get the hang of it. You can switch it up all the time, it's super convenient and fast in the morning to get ready. Why would I stop wearing wigs? Especially because my hair loss comes and goes in stages, which happens for a lot of people. I love wearing wigs. They give me volume, they give me style, they give me freedom to express myself now. My own hair right now is probably the thickness of maybe like this much hair pulled together at the back of my head, but that's nothing compared to the amount of hair this wig has on it. And I love the amount of hair this wig has. So when people say to me, your hair doesn't even look that bad, why are you wearing wigs? That's not understanding the journey of hair loss. You have to understand that hair loss looks different on everyone and their experience of it is different too. And people who are trying to support those with hair loss, you can tell them their own hair looks good if you want to, but don't tell them not to wear wigs. And if they are not comfortable wearing their own hair, don't tell them they should be wearing their own hair. because it doesn't feel good. Anytime I'm told that, I like basically fight my instincts to come back at that comment with something like, you just don't get it. How can you say that? And I always look at their hair. Your hair doesn't look like mine. Of course, I don't say this, but you don't know what it is I'm going through or what it is I'm feeling. It's as if you're saying wigs should not be accepted. You know, people wear extensions. People dye their hair. Why are wigs any different? Because I choose to wear wigs. Why are you saying I shouldn't? Even if you do genuinely like my own hair. The fact that I've chosen to wear a wig is my own choice. And I initially chose to wear wigs because of my hair loss. But I always say, even if my hair did come back and be like it was way back before I had Graves' disease, I still would wear wigs. So there's no point in telling me or someone else who wears wigs to not wear wigs and to wear their own hair. It's hurtful, and I think the person who says it is just lacking understanding and the reasoning behind why someone wears a wig. And probably also has never really tried to understand how great wigs make that person feel. I have never known someone to go through hair loss and come out completely unscathed, where they didn't care at all. Never known someone. The people who are subscribed to my channel, I find are either those who have hair loss themselves, know a friend or a family member who have hair loss, which is how I've come to hear a lot of these comments and I've come to see both sides. There was a point in my life where I did have nice hair and I didn't have hair loss. And like, for example, my dad went through hair loss because he had cancer and he lost his hair so early, like when I was so young, that I don't remember it. And, you know, I just should have a conversation with him. Like, was that hard for you? Or, you know, was it okay? Like, I know he's okay with his hair loss now. Like, he's completely bald and he looks amazing. And I've seen his pictures like back when he had a lot of hair, and he had a lot of hair and it was gorgeous. And he's completely confident now, but it's been many years. I wonder when it first happened, did he feel like he struggled with hair loss or did he not? Like, was he okay with it? I bet there was some sort of heartache, whether he wants to admit it or not. I've never asked. I think I will ask, and he's probably watching this video, so I wonder if he'll just tell me so I can like put it in a future video. But I've heard a lot of comments over the years and I've seen it on both ends. And usually people are not out to get others, although sometimes it can seem rude when someone says something. And I want to speak directly to those who are trying to support those with hair loss now. By recording this video, I don't mean to point my finger. I don't mean to call you out if you know you've said something similar to this. You're not a bad person at all for saying something like this that we talked about. And guaranteed the person with hair loss, like, they're not thinking badly of you just because you said it. And I can tell you, anyone who said this to me, I don't think bad of them. I don't think, oh, she said this or he said this and they're just a horrible person. Like, how could they do that? No, I just think like they're unaware. They're not knowledgeable in hair loss. Like when I was at the dentist, she had gorgeous hair herself. And I told her that. And when she asked if I had tried all these different things, it was getting annoying for me, but I don't think less of her. I'm keeping her as my dentist. I'm not changing dentist because, oh no, she like made one of these comments to me. No way. She's not a bad person. But could there be more awareness around other people's feelings? Heck yes. Could there be more awareness around hair loss and wearing wigs and maybe why someone wears them? Yes. And now I want to talk to those who are struggling with hair loss. Wearing wigs does not make you less than. Wearing extensions does not make you less than. Wearing any alternative hair whatsoever, even if your hair is just somewhat thinning and you wear an extension ponytail when you wear your hair up, just to have a little more hair. You are whom I'm talking to as well. And it doesn't make you less than. It makes you human. That's what it makes you. You're trying to feel better. You're trying to feel more confident, more comfortable. And that's okay. You don't have to feel bad for wanting to feel like you or to feel pretty. Sometimes people like to put others down for doing things to their skin. Like I went to my sister who's an esthetician and I go to her often because she keeps my skin nice. I could get hate for that. I could get comments thrown like, oh, you care about your appearance. How dare you? But it makes me feel good, and I don't have to feel bad for wanting to feel pretty or to take care of myself or take care of my skin and try to be healthy. There is such thing as skin health too, and there's hair health, of course, and nail health and like teeth health. Taking care of yourself is nothing to be ashamed of, and you should never be put down for it. And if you ever are along your wig wearing journey or alternative hair journey and someone says one of these comments to you or a different one that just rubs you the wrong way, just smile with grace, understand that they don't get it. And really, it's impossible for the whole world to get it. And I'm sure I have overlooked something, and I've definitely probably made people feel uncomfortable or upset by addressing something that I didn't realize had such an impact on them emotionally. And I may not even have realized it at the time. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. And so for both sides of this, if you're a supporter or you're someone with hair loss, yes, you're gonna feel the impact of what someone says to you or what you've said to someone if they've reacted poorly. But just know that that doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you a bad person. Just learn from it and move forward. So I hope this video helped you guys. Kind of walking a fine line here. I obviously don't want to offend anybody. I want everyone to feel comfortable and confident. And I know that if you're watching this video, it's because either you don't want to offend someone or you're someone who's felt offended and you want, community, like support, like, yes, Steph, tell them what they shouldn't say. It's gonna come from both sides here. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. But if you are someone who is looking for community, I want you to check out this platform called School, because I've created a community on there. And I'd love for you to check it out, because there we fix wig problems. You can send me pictures directly or videos, and I can send videos or pictures back, literally helping you solve a wig issue that you might have. We also do wig giveaways. It's a really fun place to be. If you want to be a part of it, the reason why it's on the School platform and the reason why there is a small fee to join is because it keeps bots, it keeps scammers out, and it keeps a spot for people who really want to be there. That's why it's such a positive environment. I'd love for you guys to join if you want to, if that's something you're looking for. And if not, and you simply want to be a part of the YouTube community, I'd love to have you here as well. So if you are brand new, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you back here, and leave a comment and introduce yourself. Let me get to know you a little bit. Let others get to know you. This is how a community is built. This is how we can help support each other. And this is how change is made. Take care, guys. Bye.